2-0 na nga ang standing ng Gilas Pilipinas sa Asian Games matapos nilang matalo ang bansang Bahrain at ang Thailand. Talagang napapalaban ang Gilas Pilipinas kontra noon sa bansang Thailand matapos uminit sa 3-point shooting etong si Tyler Lamb. Pero ang highlight talaga sa laban na yon ay yung nakagawa agad ng taktika etong si Coach Tim Con matapos kasing makadikit ang Thailand sa pangunguna ni Tyler Lamb. Bigla kasi nakagawa ng big run ang Thailand dahilan upang magtawag ng timeout etong si Coach Tim Con. Sunod namang target ng Gilas Pilipinas etong Jordan mamaya. Di hamak na matinik na kalaban ng Gilas Pilipinas sa Group C. As of now, pareho sila ngayon ng standing na may 2 wins at 0 losses. Well, sa uling pagharap ng Gilas Pilipinas kontra sa Jordan last window ng FIBA ay natalo ng Jordan ang Gilas Pilipinas noon at nakapagtala si Brownlee ng 41 points. Sa laban ng Gilas Pilipinas kontra sa Jordan ay may 3 players na dapat i-considered etong Gilas Pilipinas. Una dito, ang kanilang shooting guard na si Zami Bizay. Ngayong Asian Games kasi ay nag-average ito ng 53% mula sa 3-point area. Masyadong mataas kung pagbabasihan, ano? Last 2 games nila sa Asian Games ay nag-average nga ito ng 17 points, 3 rebounds at 3 assists per game. Kaya kailangan nila itong malimitahan, lalo na sa rainbow line. Sunod ay itong kanilang sentro na si Aldo Airi na di hamak na grabe na yung experience pagdating sa ilalim. Talagang match na match to kay Junmar Fajardo. Last 2 games nga ay nag-average nga ito ng double-double, 13 points, 10.5 rebounds per game. Malakas-lakas tong player na ito mga idol. Of course, panghuli, walang iba kundi ang kanilang naturalized player na si Ronday Hollis Jefferson. Big booster para sa Jordan national team ay itong si Jefferson. Dahil simula nang pumasok si Jefferson sa Jordan ay tumaas ang kumpiyansa ng Jordan na pangungunahan ng Asia. Last 2 games kasi ay nag-average nga ito ng 23.6 points at 7.8 rebounds per game. Kaya mapapalaban talaga ang Gilas Pilipinas kontra sa Jordan dahil mga malalaki at athletic din ang kanilang mga players. Ayon kay Coach Tim Con na depensa umano ang kanilang susi upang manalo kontra sa Jordan. Samantala, inihayag nga mismo ni Coach Tim Con na hindi totally 100% ang laruan ni Justine Brownlee last 2 games dahil sa kanyang injury. Ayon kasi kay Coach Tim Con na sumailalim umano sa operasyon si Brownlee upang tanggalin ang bone spurs sa kanyang paa matapos niya itong makuha noong training camp nila sa Europe. Ayon kay Coach Tim Con na napansin umano niya na nag-struggle si Justine Brownlee matapos itong makapagtala ng 7 out of 21 mula sa field kontra sa bansang Thailand. Dagdag pa ni Coach Tim na credit pa rin kay Brownlee dahil sa kabila ng kanyang iniinda ay patuloy pa rin itong lumalaban para sa bayan. Samantala, bumalik na nga sa PBA ang tinaguriang Pinoy Sakuragi na si Mark Pingris sa koponan ng Blackwater Bossing. Pero bilang isang assistant coach ni Coach Jeff Carriazo, ayon kay Blackwater owner Diesel Ducy, na bibigyan niya ng offer si Pingris sa susunod na linggo. Plano umano ng Blackwater na gamitin si Mark Pingris bilang big man coach. Pero ayon kay Pingris na condition umano siya at kaya pa niyang maglaro. Kaya mukhang mapapalaban si Pingris sa PBA. Ayon kay Diesel Ducy na hihintay na lamang niya ang kanyang brother kung anong decision nito kay Pingris, whether coach or maglalaro.
They play, we're still adjusting together. That we did some really positive things out there. We moved the ball well. We had 14 assists in the first half. I thought our first half was much better than our second half. Justin got a little tired. That's his first game since his surgery, so he played. I probably overplayed him. I shouldn't have played him that many minutes. I want to be able to celebrate when we do well. But we didn't come into this game really worried about whether winning or losing. And like I said, everybody else is going to worry about that. But we're just going to come out and see if we can, number one, defend, and number two, move the ball. And so those 2 things I thought we did pretty well. I thought Jumar and Anj got to get a little better defensively in terms of what we want them to do. They were allowing the ball to get into the post too often. Most teams don't post up as much as they did, but they posted up a lot. And but aside from that, I thought we were quick defensively, we were reactive defensively, and those things will show. So honestly, in my book, we played better than I thought we would. So, but that's a little scary because that again, you don't judge it by 1 game. But the key is that I think that and this is what was important about this game, was that the players got a little belief with each other. You know, they're starting to believe a little bit in each other. Maybe we can do something. Those 4 guys had 3 days to practice, and they looked like a team out there. So I really appreciate that. Again, they were moving the ball, and they were getting each other open, and of course, we have a great closer in Justine. So, we can always rely on him. Anyway, he's we can always go to him. He's our closer, and we need buckets down the stretch, and we know we can get to him. I thought Arvin played well tonight. Guys that play. I thought CJ was awesome. Guys that stepped in, they didn't seem to need that much time.
So super big morale boost to win tonight, at least to get a feel of a win.
Yeah, I think that's fair, but it's dangerous to say that altogether. It was a morale booster just in terms of we feel like we know we can play with each other. They're not a Korean national team. They're not a Chinese national team. They're not Jordan, but they are a good team. They got a couple imports, and the imports were really good, and we had to battle them. And they shoot the ball really well, just like any other Korean team. This is I believe, the runner-up to the Korean League last year. So it's a tough team. So. Again, 3 days of practice, we'll take it for now. Up there right away and impacted us on both sides of the floor, defensively and offensively. So, he's got that ability, and he could take over games at a certain time. Maybe when Justine needs a break or needs a rest, we can go to CJ because he's such a great, one-on-one player, and he can get buckets when he needs to. He's tough to stop. He missed a couple of gimmies at the rim at the end of the game. But, you'll take those because most of the time those are going to go in. So, and he's got a natural feel for what we're doing. Him and Calvin have a natural feel for, I may say, the triangle and what we're running. They have a natural feel. Calvin reminds me a lot of Kenneth Duremdes in the old days. Kenneth, when we traded for Kenneth in the old days, he stepped in and he was like great from day one. He ended up winning the MVP the year we traded for him. So Calvin has that same kind of feel. He just stepped in, he has a real good feel for it. And I think CJ, with more time, will also have the same. He doesn't have as much time as Calvin does, but I think he'll have that same feel also. It's, and the regulars, aside from his foul trouble was great. Just nice to be able to have that weapon down low to go to Jumar whenever we need it. We don't need to go to it all the time, but whenever we need it, he's there. So I think the fun thing about all this is that everybody's enjoying, learning and running the offense that we have. They like it. It's fun. Everybody's involved. The key is our defense. Since the new guys have come together, on the 4 new guys, we haven't worked one moment on defense. So we can feel we can get a lot better on defense as the tournament goes on.